Hello, I am wanting to take you through the next couple pages of the book curriculum that we have started. It is the Answers in Genesis book that we have purchased for this classroom for the toddlers. And I would say open up to that very first page that we began at. God is in charge of everything. You may take a moment with your kiddos to have them pointed out on the wall. Again, we're going to reconfigure the wall a little bit so it may look a little different next time, but you'll direct them to God is in charge of everything. We see it on our wall, we see it in our book, and now we can remind them of the things that God is in charge of from last week. Remember that God is in charge of the weather. The Bible says God is in charge of everything. See this picture? It's raining. God is in charge of the weather. And this might be a good time to take out that box just quickly and already have these pulled out to the side just to remind them. Remember, God is in charge of the rain. Remember how we opened this up and we've got to see the purple flower underneath? Wasn't that fun? Let's see if we can do it again. And you do it as quickly as possible, but yet fun and thorough for the kiddos to remember. And then we can pull out the rain stick as well and show them that it makes rain sounds. I wouldn't spend too much time on review, although if you have their interest and they're still engaged, it's okay to go over what you did last week. There will be different kids, of course, some of the same kids. So you can show the picture, review the picture, turn the page, and now we're on the snow page. Last week we didn't get to the snow page, but look at all that snow. Who likes snow? Brr, it's cold when it snows. We have to wear hats and mittens and all kinds of things, big boots, and it's very, very cold. God is in charge of that. He is in charge of the weather and all that snow. And then you can point out to the picture. Do you see the boy? He's got his coat on. He's got long pants on, and he's got a shovel. Look at all that snow. And you might point out the giraffe as well. There's a little bit of a hide and seek with the giraffe throughout this lesson. And then we can turn the page, or you can elaborate on that learning a little bit more by going to the box. Now, last week I had feedback when the box was open. A lot of kids jumped their hands in there and started playing with things, which isn't wrong. It's fun and engaging, but if that becomes distracting, you can pull out the couple things that you want and just stick them behind your back, and then just leave the box closed the whole time. There's other ways of navigating that. If you've got your own ideas, then please let me know. Open up the box, close the box, open up the box, and then you can pull out the mittens, all the mittens. We pull out the mittens into a pile and we can mix them all up, and then we can close our box because now we're going to play mitten match. The mittens keep our hands warm when it snows. And there is a red one, and there is a brown one, and there is a pink one, and there's a yellow one. There's many ways of playing this game. You can give every child a pair of mittens, and they can practice putting them on. You can give each child a mitten, and they go find the friend that has the match. You can play this game all morning long. You can hide the mittens and see if they can find the mittens. But the idea is that the mittens are reminding us of the snow, and this picture of the snow reminds us that God is in charge of the snow. God is in charge of everything. And this is a wonderful thing to keep repeating all morning long. God is in charge of everything. Look outside, look at the trees, look at the leaves, look at the plants inside of our room. Look at the weather. Do you see the sky? It's got clouds in it and the sun is shining. God is in charge of the weather. Another thing that's in your box, which will take patience, but I'm willing to provide what you need to make it happen. It was one of my favorite things to do when I had my own classroom, and it was the Insta-Snow. The Insta-Snow does not take much at all to make it fun. It takes a little bit of water in a container. And so what could happen is we could empty out this sensory table just for that morning, and we can put a little bit of water in it with the Insta-Snow, and they can play with it as long as it's monitored the whole time, because we do not want the kids putting this in their mouth It will not hurt them. I would just prefer to be safe and not have them put it in their mouth. It feels like snow. It's somewhat cold as snow would be. It's a fun thing to play with. At your discretion, I totally give you permission to play with it. Just make sure they're monitored the whole time. So there's the few things for the weather of snow, mittens and snow. If you keep their attention still and they're still engaged, you can elaborate on the mittens, you can engage with the snow, but if you're ready to move on, feel free to move on to the next page. The next page says, "This looks like a beautiful sunny day at the beach. God is in charge of all the weather. No matter what is happening outside, God is in charge of everything." And you can show them the picture. Talk about the picture of what they're wearing, what's going on the ground and in the water, and especially the weather. It's sunny. And I made the small mistake of leaving my box open. Could you imagine how many little hands could have been in that box already? It would be good to keep the box closed when you're not in it. That way it will keep others interested in seeing what's in it. They want to be interested in what you're doing, not what's happening in the box. But the next object would be the hats, the fun sun hats that we wear outside. I have no problem with kids putting them on their heads and taking them back off. And then after that lesson is done, I'll take them and spray them and wash them. I'm not concerned with the lice issue. However, if this is an issue, now that I said it, a lot of people will have issues, but I don't have an issue with them sharing hats. Although if you do, don't have them wear it. It's totally fine. I will respect that, and I also will support that. So there are 2 hats, of course, and they could touch them, look at them. They could put them on if you let them. There's also a fan to keep us cool on hot days. And the fan has batteries in it. And I know every child will want to hold it and touch it, but we can hold it up and they could feel it on their face. They can see paper move if you want to get a piece of paper and see it move. We can't see it, but we can feel it. So there's that option as well. That will get you through this next week's lesson, the 2 pages that are there. If you want to flip to the 3rd page, you're certainly welcome to do so. It kind of goes into a different topic where it starts introducing family. God is in charge of God is in charge of your family. He knows all about it. So we're switching a little bit from weather to family. So we might save that for the next week. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more to do with them this week, to engage them, to show them, and then refer back to the video on how to run your TV, and you guys could show some music videos afterwards. So hopefully that helps. Any questions, let me know. Thanks.